Hey, how's it going? Otaku Mike here, and today we are looking at issue 1 of the question, All Along the Watchtower. So, to give you a little synopsis about the question, issue 1, this series picks up after the Absolute Power event, I guess you want to call it. And Renee Montoya is not in a very good spot, to say the least. She has been ousted from the Gotham City Police Department. She's sober, so she's got that going for her at the moment. You know, she's been ruined by this one particular supervillain, and she's basically down on her luck. She doesn't really have a lot of good things going for her. She ends up getting invited by Batman and eventually Superman, which takes a little convincing to do from Superman, to basically come in and joined. I don't want to say join the Justice League. She's not a part of the Justice League, but they've recently reestablished the Justice League in the new status quo of the DC universe after the big conflict that happened. And Renee Montoya she takes up the mantle of the Question once again, which I don't remember if she ever left as the Question, but I haven't really seen her personally as the Question recently. And she is brought in to the Watchtower, where all the superheroes are living nowadays. All the superheroes are living and working on the Watchtower. It's like their big base of operations. Again, I guess you could say. And according to Batman and Superman, the Watchtower, somebody, they don't know who yet, but somebody is basically trying to get into the Watchtower and basically weaponize it. And they need Master Detective Renee Montoya here. They need her to basically find out who is doing this and what exactly is going on. So it takes a little bit of convincing, but she ends up joining and whatnot. And she ends up getting set up with a team who is looking to investigate this. She is basically the lead to investigate it. And then you get the Beatles, Ted, and Jaime. And you get Batwoman on her team, and Animal Man, and also the Challengers of the Unknown to help her with this situation. And that's kind of the whole thing, exactly, in a nutshell. I don't want to spoil too much, but eventually somebody does die at the end of this first issue, and they need to figure out exactly who is going around killing people in the Watchtower and who is trying to get into the Watchtower. So that is a synopsis of the plot in a nutshell. So let's go into the artwork, which is the other half of this issue. The artwork is actually really good. I actually like a lot of the artwork going on in this. I like the depiction of Renee Montoya. It's very moody and atmospheric and whatnot. Like, the art is very, very good in this. Even when I get into more of the action stuff and whatnot. I do really like Renee Montoya's look she's got going on here. It's very much like a cross between a sheriff and a detective, which I think is really cool. I like the look that they got going on here. I like how the artist draws all these characters. They're all distinct. You can tell them apart. It's really easy to sometimes gets some people mixed up, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I feel like the artwork is serviceable for this first issue. It didn't very much it didn't blow me away, but I thought this was very good, decent artwork for a Question series. Like I said, I like the artwork. I think it's serviceable. I like the way the Question is drawn. All in all, I did really enjoy this series, not knowing much about it. I don't know if necessarily it's 100% new reader friendly, but they do give you a good inkling of what's been going on with Renee and whatnot, and a little bit about her backstory, which I do really like, because I haven't read a Renee Montoya story since she was the backup in the Batwoman series from, I want to say maybe it was the New 52, or maybe even before the New 52. I can't remember exactly. So it's been a while since I've read this. So I jumped on this I picked it up and I was I wasn't blown away to say the least, but I did thoroughly enjoy this new, I don't say incarnation, but this new take on the legacy hero of the question. I do know that some people unfortunately don't really like Renee Montoya as the question. A lot of people really, really love Vic Sage, which is not a bad thing. Vic Sage was such a good character, but I do like it that DC is taking a chance to bring back the question in a series. It'll be interesting to see where exactly this series goes. Will it just be like, hey, who do we find out who did this? Who's trying to get into the Watchtower, stuff like that, and the series is going to end, or are we going to go from here and like expand on the question and whatnot, which will be interesting to see. I liked that Renee had a team. I liked that there was callbacks to like the Blue Beetle series from the 80s where Ted and Vic would team up at times. I really like that callback, teaming up the newish question, because it's not really the new question, the newish question, and whatnot. And I like seeing how Batwoman interacts with Renee and stuff because of their past, their rocky past and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see where things go. And I really want this series to succeed because, we don't get a lot of question stuff anymore, really, which I feel like something that the DC comic book universe has been missing in a sense. But yeah, this first issue definitely is a slow burn, but I feel like it's going to be well worth sticking out in the end. So issue 1, definitely recommended by yours truly. Definitely recommend it. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.